Hello friends, it is Deja and welcome back to my channel for a new reading vlog. So this reading vlog is very exciting. I hope this is a first to a new monthly thing, but I am going to be vlogging while I read the Priest series by SIERRA SIMONE. So the first one is Priest, then there is a novella called Midnight Mass, and then two more novels called Saint and then Sinner. So I do have all of them. Well, I don't have Midnight Mass yet, but I just ordered it and it should be here tomorrow. And I have the other two novels at home. But like I said, we're going to be vlogging these because it is this month book club pick for the Mending Hearts book club. If you don't know what that is, it is a book club that just launched this month in January of 2023. I co-host it with my bestie Rylan, and it is just a romance of all kinds. So I thought it would be fun to vlog my experience every month reading the monthly picks. So I do have a little bit of tabbies in here already. I am 30 pages in. I started it yesterday before starting my vlog because my battery was dead for my camera and I just didn't have the energy to wait to start it. But like I said, I'm 30 pages in. I already have some tabs. I am also annotating, which is very scary for me because I am not usually one to write in my books, but I figure, you know, this could be a fun little experiment to annotate and tab all of the books that I read for the book club. So 30 pages in, don't really have too much thoughts, but I have my tabs, I have my pen, and we're going to continue reading it. So for this, I only have 6 colors that I'm going to be using. Here's my key. So I have a tab for sad, spicy, quote, funny, upset, and shocking. So those are the things that I will be annotating in this book. I am eventually going to like write this into here, but I keep this while I read so that I don't forget what the tabs are. So as for now, it's on a sticky note, but we'll write it in like the cover or whatever when I'm done reading the book. 30 pages in, I can say that I am enjoying it, and I know a little bit about the book. So it is about a priest named Tyler, and he's very dedicated to being a priest and everything that comes with being a priest until he meets this girl named Poppy. She comes in to do like a confessional. She isn't Catholic, but she does it because she's just kind of in a situation where she doesn't know what to do. So she ends up going to the confessional, and Tyler is the priest that she talks to. And then that pretty much kicks off from there. There is like an instant sort of lust attraction thing going on, but as a priest, Tyler's trying very hard to not really entertain the thought, but it is proving to be difficult for Tyler. So we will see where it leads. I think I'll probably update you guys 50% of the way through, since this vlog is going to be 3 full-length novels and 1 novella. So I'll pop in when I'm 50% of the way through, or if I have like any other thoughts while I'm reading. But other than that, I will talk to you all soon. Wanted to pop on really quick. I'm not quite 50% into Priest yet. I'm still only 50 pages in. So I am reading pretty slow, but I am off from work today. So one of my goals is to get 50% into Priest. But I wanted to pop on really quick because surprisingly, Amazon came very quick and early today. So I wanted to share that I got some book mail. So the first thing I got was Midnight Mass, which is just a short little novella. It's less than 200 pages. And this is the novella that actually follows Priest. So Midnight Mass comes after Priest. And I love these flower covers so much. But yeah, so I wanted to pop on, let you guys know that I did get Midnight Mass so that I can jump into this right after Priest. I believe this one follows the couple from Priest, I think. So like this is a little bit afterwards, after Priest is finished. I believe this is what happens. And then the next two books, Saint and Sinner, follow different couples. But I also got some tabs because I am tabbing Priest and I am planning on tabbing all of the books, and I didn't think I would have enough. So I got these tabs. I have 8 and each of them have 10 colors. So I feel like I can pick accordingly to what I want. I am happy to have more tabs because I feel like I'm always running low. The only thing is, I think each color only comes with like 20 tabs, and I'm not sure if that'll be enough for me, but I could always double up and see what happens. Anyways, got some tabs. I got Midnight Mass. It is not even noon yet, and I've been so productive today, so I'm proud of myself. I believe it's like 10 o'clock. I've already cleaned all of downstairs, started the laundry, cleaned the kitchen, swept, mopped, everything downstairs. So I'm going to tidy up this room a little bit. This is the master bedroom, my bedroom. So I'm going to tidy up this room a little bit, vacuum, and then I need to list some books on Pango that I'm no longer interested in keeping. And then I think after that, I should be able to do some reading. I do need to fold laundry, but I'm waiting until the load that is currently in the washer and dryer are done before I fold everything, because I hate folding laundry, so I'd rather just sit down and do it all at one time. So that is pretty much the plan for now. We're going to tidy up the room a little bit, and then list some books and hopefully get some reading in, because I do want to get to 50% of Priest. So this book is 367 pages and I'm only 50 pages in, so I have quite a little bit to go before I actually reach the 50% mark. But so far I am enjoying it. We do have some tabbies, we do have some annotations, and it is making me happy. I do need to find a new pen to use, because right now I just use my regular G2 pen, which I basically use for everything in my life, but it's kind of bleeding through. Like, it's nothing super dramatic, but like you can see, yeah, you guys probably can't even see it on the camera. Can you see that? Yeah, you can kind of see it. You can kind of see the line from the page before. So I'm not sure. I will ask Rylan, because she's the annotation queen and I know she annotates books a lot. So I'll ask her what pen she uses, and maybe I just have to suck it up and all pens are gonna bleed through, or I can get maybe different pens. But just wanted to really quickly share my book mail, let you guys know how the day is going. Yeah, so just a few more things to do around the house, because it's been very hectic in my life. Like, I feel like I can't catch my breath. So now that I have a day off, I feel great, because I had days off before. Obviously I was on vacation, like I was off of work for the holidays, but then I got sick, so that I couldn't, like, I wasn't doing anything in the house when I got sick, and then right when I felt better I went back to work. So it's been a ride. So we're gonna tidy, we're gonna do some stuff. I'll probably put some B-roll in here of me being productive and doing stuff, and then I will pop on to actually chat when I get 50% into Priest. Hello friends, time for an update because I am officially 50% into Priest. Look at all of the pretty tabbies. I thought I was gonna have more, but you know, it's okay. But there are also parts where I'm like underlining but not tabbing it, if that makes sense. I'm trying to find one. Yeah, so see, like there's an underlining here, but there's no tab connecting to it. So there is more annotations than tabs. Anyways, I'm here because like I said, I got 50% into Priest last night and I'm really enjoying it. I am curious a bit about Poppy because she obviously has already explained her story by this point, but I feel like there's more to her that I kind of want to get into. I feel like we will get sad soon because I think we're going to learn some about Tyler's past that we don't really know about yet. So I think we're gonna get a little bit of that, and I am excited. So overall, 50% of the way through, I am enjoying it. Not entirely sure if it's going to be a 5-star. It's definitely spicy. We're definitely there. And yeah, so I am enjoying it. By the end, I think if we get more about the actual characters rather than wanting to jump each other's bones and doing so, I think that this could have great potential. So I am at work today. Hopefully I will finish the other 50%. I did bring midnight mass in case I do. So we're gonna jump back into reading and I'll update you guys when I get to the end. Hello friends, it's been couple days since we last talked, I think. I'm not sure when I last updated you all, but I did want to pop on because I did finish Priest last night, and there is tabs, but not necessarily as much as I thought there was gonna be. Lots of red because this book has lots of spice, but yeah, so overall I actually ended up giving this book 4.5 stars. I did enjoy it. I'm having mixed feelings on the ending because I'm not sure if that's exactly how I wanted it to go. And this book has like, it has plot, but it's definitely for the characters. I felt like we should have gotten more about the characters. I felt like the information that we got about like their trauma and things like that, I felt like that was pretty surface level, if I'm being honest. We could have dove a little deeper, and yeah, so I'm not gonna say any spoilers on here. I am gonna put a whole spoiler thing on Discord. If you are there, then I'll put that in like the post-reading chat that we have for this book. But like I said, ended up giving it 4.5 stars. Nothing bad, really enjoyed it, but more spicy than development, I guess I would say. And the ending, I don't know if I'm satisfied. So I actually don't know. It might actually drop down to a 4-star. I'm not entirely sure, but overall, I enjoyed it nonetheless. Either way, it's 4.5 stars, not entirely sure, but that is where I'm sitting with this. But yeah, so I finished this last night. I haven't started it yet, but next up is Midnight Mass, which I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this, since I am unsure on the ending of Priest. But this one's pretty short, so I'll probably finish it within the next couple of days. It is 180 pages, so it shouldn't take me too long at all. I don't know how much I'll actually get to annotate this, since it's just a small little novella. We'll need to see what's going on with this one, and then I'll update you guys probably when I finish it. I don't think I'll have too much thoughts halfway through, since like I said, it is a novella. So I'll probably hop back on when I finish this book, and then we can move on to the next one, which I think is Saint or Sinner. I'm not entirely sure, but 4.5 stars, not entirely sure. And we're about to start Midnight Mass. Time for an update. I look a mess. I just got off of sprints with Rylan because this weekend is our January round of the Escape for 24 Hours readathon. So that is going on this weekend. I was gonna do a separate vlog for that, but I'm reading all of the books in this vlog, so I was like, it would be too much overlapping and like missed footage. So I decided not, and we'll just focus on the books that are in this vlog. So I should be reading a lot. You guys will get a lot of updates instead of like days at a time with no update. So with that being said, I'm here to give you guys an update. I officially finished Midnight Mass. This one has a lot of tabs. I had a lot of feelings during this book. Like, this entire book was just an entire roller coaster, and it was just everywhere. But I did enjoy it. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. So not a 5-star by any means for me, mainly because in the beginning, Tyler from the first book, obviously this follows Tyler and Poppy. So Tyler, Father Bell, whatever you want to call him, he was not my favorite. Really liked him in the first book, and I feel like in this novella there was kind of like a character shift for him, and I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't like what his character became in this. There was so much heartbreak. So this book, between the first book, Priest, which is in my library so I don't have it, but between that book and this book, I surprisingly ran out of sad tabs before I ran out of spice tabs, which I thought was pretty funny. But like I said, gave it 3.5 stars. I can't really say much because it would spoil the first book, and it's a novella, so it would spoil this book as well. But like I said, the character development was great, but there was just the beginning I just really wasn't vibing with. There's a lot of green in this book, not sure if you could tell, but that was basically all the times I was annoyed, because there was a lot going on in this book where I was just like, we need to not do that. But in the end, it definitely paid off. It was definitely sad. It made me tear up, so you know, just know that going into the book. But yes, so 3.5 stars. Now next we will be reading Sinner, which seems bigger than Priest. I'm not sure if it actually is, but maybe Priest is the same size and it just feels bigger because I've been reading a novella. But yeah, so this follows Tyler's brother Sean, and I don't know, he's not a good man, never pretended to be, playboy, womanizer, and a sinner. When he meets a gorgeous college girl at a fundraiser, he has no problem telling her what filthy things he wants to do to her until he realizes she's his brother's little sister. Oh, I like that. Zenny. Okay, so our female main character's name is Zenny. That's a bit weird. That is my mother-in-law's name, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. But anyways, I guess we'll need to see what actually happens here. I guess the good thing, I don't know. The good thing is that these are mainly told in the guy's perspective. I'm not sure if that'll help or not, but we'll need to see. So I'm going to go ahead and start Sinner, and I will update you guys when I am 50% through. Time for an update. I am currently 50% into Sinner. This one is longer than Priest and I feel it, but I think I'm doing okay, trucking along pretty well. But like I said, I am at 50%. Look at all the tabs. I think I've tabbed this one more than I tabbed Priest. But anyways, 50%, I could tell you a little bit more about it. So this follows Tyler's older brother, Sean, and Sean basically gave up his religion. He doesn't believe after something happened in his life, but he meets a girl one day at like ball sort of thing, like at an event, and he doesn't recognize her at first, but she ends up being someone that he knew in his childhood, but she is on her way to becoming a nun. So she takes, like, I don't actually remember what it's called. But she takes some, oh, she becomes a novice is what it's called. She becomes a novice in a month, but she's trying to experience life before that and kind of takes Sean along for the ride. So it is forbidden. There is an age gap. He's 36, I believe, and she's 21. And it's also forbidden because it is his best friend's little sister, Sean's. So I am enjoying it. I'm not sure how Tyler and Sean kind of compare to each other. Not entirely. They bring different things to the table, so I can't really say like if I prefer one brother over the other right now. But I am interested in seeing Sean's story. And the girl's name is Zenny, by the way. So she's on her way to becoming a nun. This is a little bit more slow burn, and I think it's because Sean kind of thinks about things a lot. He kind of wants to, you know, cover his bases, know the consequences if he wants to take the risk, things like that. So it did take them a little bit for anything to happen, but I am enjoying it. I do like Sean. He is an interesting character. He has a lot of pain in his heart, and I'm curious to see how that'll all play out in the end. But like I said, 50% of the way through. It's going pretty fast. I'm just a little bit distracted. We actually just got off of live sprints, and I read a lot there. Before I went to sleep last night, I already got to like the 100-page mark. So I read like already 80, almost 90 pages today. So it is going decent. I do have to go to the gym here in a little bit, so I'm not going to read for a little bit. But read a lot on live sprints. We're on Discord right now sprinting, but like I said, I'm about to leave the house, so I'm not going to be able to read for a little bit. And then we have another live tonight when I get home from the gym. So that is pretty much where we stand. I'm enjoying it. Not sure I'm loving it, but I also kind of felt the same with Priest. This is kind of on the opposite spectrum of Priest. Priest was almost too much spice for me, and this doesn't have quite enough spice yet. But I know that Sean has the potential, like it's already coming out like bits and pieces of him. So he has the potential to have a lot of great spice. So we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, so that's pretty much my 50% update, and I will catch you guys soon when I finish this book. Friends, it is nearly 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. I just talked to you yesterday giving you my 50% update, but evidently I could not go to sleep until I finished this book. So despite running on 3 hours of sleep, we're here at 1 o'clock in the morning to tell you that I finished Sinner. Look at the tabbies. So pretty. I gave this book 5 stars. I liked this one a little bit more than Priest. I liked Sean more. I liked the story a little bit more. I will say that I didn't necessarily love our heroine, Zenny. I thought she was kind of all over the place. I also felt like the author wrote her like really young. She's supposed to be 21, which I think I mentioned in my other update, but she's written really young, and like she knows literally nothing about anything. So that kind of bothered me a little bit. But I did like Sean a lot. He deals with a lot. He has a lot of guilt in his life. He takes on a lot of responsibility within his family, and you know, just the entire time I was just sad for him because he finally thinks that he wants something, but he doesn't know how to obtain it. This also talks a lot about Sean and him losing his faith. He was Catholic, so he talks a lot about how he lost that and all of that. So it was very interesting conversations there. Like I said, I gave it 5 stars. Super enjoyed. Yeah, so far this is my favorite in the series, but it's kind of hard because I mean I gave Priest 4 stars, so it's not like any of them were bad so far, but love Sinner. Love Sinner so far. This is on my top. Absolutely loved it. Lots and lots of tabs. It looks like quotes most, which is understandable because the way that Sean talks is just like chef's kiss. And then my second most used tab was sad. There's just a lot of stuff going on in this book. And then my third most used was the spicy tab. There was a lot of spicy scenes in here, but I didn't tab every single one, so that's probably why it wasn't my number one tab, like most used tab. But there are spicy scenes. I just didn't necessarily, you know, tab every single one. Like I said, if you can hear my husband, I sincerely apologize. But like I said, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Finished another one, and I probably will not start it today, but I will definitely start it tomorrow, and that is the last book, which is Saint. And this is a male romance that follows Aiden, who is the youngest of the three, but they also have like a way younger brother. And like I said, it's a male with a character named Elijah, which we actually meet in this book. And Elijah is Aiden's brother's best friend, so he is Sean's best friend. So they kind of went for like these siblings here, is what it seemed like. But apparently there was some history with Elijah. I believe they say in Sinner that Aiden is bisexual, so he has like this playboy status, it seems like. I don't know. I believe Aiden is the one who is like heavy on religion in this book. Priest Tyler was heavy on religion. Sinner, it was more so Zenny, the female main character, who is heavy on religion. And then I believe Saint Aiden is heavy on religion. I think, I could be wrong. I really could be wrong. I believe that Ryland said he becomes a monk. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work because, yeah, I'm just not sure. But yeah, so this is definitely the longest of all of them. This one comes in at just over 400 pages. So this is definitely the longest of all of them, but I'm excited to see what happens and like the history between Aiden and Elijah. So yeah, it is 1 o'clock in the morning, like I said, so I'm going to go to sleep, but I will talk to you all in the morning. Yeah, I think Rylan and I might do live sprints again tomorrow, so if we do, then I'll definitely get a lot of reading done. But yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated on when I wake up tomorrow, what's happening, and then when I reach 50% into Saint. But that is it for now, and I will talk to you all. for a little bit of an update because I just reached 50% into Saint. I do have some tabs going on. So overall thoughts, this is a bit more of a slow burn, I would say. Like, I know I said that book 2 Sinner was slow burn. This one is a lot slower. And I think this takes place about 6 years maybe after Sinner finished. So this book, we're basically following Aiden, and he goes through something, doesn't really know how to explain it, but in that moment he decides that he would like to become a monk. Kind of, I mean he calls himself a monk, but he also says he is Catholic, so I don't know if those two go together. So he calls himself a monk, but I'm not actually sure. I mean, we're just gonna call him a monk because that's what he calls himself. But anyway, so he ends up at this mountain called, it's like Syria or something like that. It's not Syria. I don't actually know what it's called. But yeah, so he ends up at like this mountain to basically try to become a monk. And this is happening for like 5 years or something, but when he did that, he left behind a now ex-boyfriend, Elijah, and Elijah comes back and basically finds him, tells him that he's engaged and all of that stuff. But when he goes to talk to Aiden, he is kind of like intrigued by the lifestyle and ends up writing an article sort of thing for this publisher called Mode that he works at. So he actually ends up going back to the mountain, and obviously he and Aiden have a lot of history. They have a lot of unspoken, you know, past that they haven't fully confronted. So there's a lot of feelings in here that are being talked about that never got talked about before. Like I said, this one is a lot more of a slow burn. This is also the longest book of all of them, so that also makes sense as to why it is a little bit more of a slow burn. But I am interested. I will say at the start I wasn't super interested in Aiden's story. He talks a lot about his struggles with being a monk versus how he was in the past, like before he decided to do this. So we have a lot of that. There is a content warning on this one about ideation of suicide, so that will probably come into play soon. I know that so far Aiden has been through a lot. Like, his inner monologue is very sad. He has just, you know, been through stuff, and it is sad. It's not hitting super hard yet. I think that will come soon. I'm very like back and forth with him and Elijah because Elijah obviously doesn't know everything to the story. But yeah, so overall I am enjoying it. We'll need to see if Elijah and Aiden can kind of just hold themselves together enough to not do anything, because obviously Aiden is a monk and Elijah is engaged. So we'll need to see how it goes. Currently they are going on like this journey together to different countries as Aiden is trying to find a, I guess like a new, I don't know what they're called. It's like his new like home place for when he's a monk. So he's on a road trip to different countries trying to figure out where he fits in, and Elijah is along for the ride. So we will see how all of that ends up. So far, enjoying it. The first half was a bit of a slog to get through, but I think it's picking up now and there's definitely more meat to the story. So I think I will hopefully fly through the second half much quicker. But there are a lot of there's a lot more sad tabs in this first half of the book than I think I did in either of the other two books so far. Aiden is definitely the sad boy that we didn't expect after reading the first two books. But I'm excited to see where it goes and where Aiden ends up. So I will update you all when I finish the book. All right, hello friends. It has been a couple days, not entirely sure the last time that I talked to you guys. I look a hot mess, but let's just ignore it. But I am here to share with you that I did end up finishing Saint today. So there's the final tabs. I feel like Aiden has the most blues because he was like the saddest boy in comparison to the other brothers. So I ended up giving Saint 4 stars. This is my least favorite of the series, but obviously 4 stars is not bad at all. I feel with this one, it was hard for me to love it a lot of the times because I did not like or support the love interest. I didn't think that the love interest was right for our main character, if I'm being honest. A lot of their conversations and things like that, I was kind of just like, I want him to have something more, which is sad. This is a male. There is trigger warnings for this one, but yeah, so overall I gave it 4 stars. Not bad at all, but not my favorite. So that concludes the vlog. We have finished the entirety of the pre-series. They're all tabbed and annotated, very nice. So overall, I will say that not including the novella. So between the 3 main books, Saint is my least favorite. Then it goes Priest and Sinner was my favorite. If Midnight Mass is included, then this is my least favorite book in the series, but I'm not counting the novella. So yes, I am excited to read more from SIERRA Simone. I think that she's a great author. She does spice well, but yeah, I'm not sure because there are some things in the book that leads you to believe that there will be more books, but Saint came out like 2 years ago and there's still no news on any other book in this world. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but I did enjoy this series overall. I think this was a success for the first book club pick. In the Discord, lots of people are loving it. There's been a lot of chatting, so it has been exciting. So overall, I guess the series would be somewhere around a 4 star because I gave Priest 4.5, and then I gave Midnight Mass 3, and then Sinner was my only 5 star, and Saint was a 4 star. So I guess if you balance it all out, I think it would be somewhere around a 4 star, which isn't bad. But yeah, so that concludes my first reading vlog for the Mending Hearts book club. If you're watching this video and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I started a book club in January with my best friend. It is romance based. So I will leave my co-host Rylan as well as the information if you want to join us in the description as always. I think Rylan vlogged as well. And if she did do a vlog, then that will be in the description as well. But that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed. You can like, comment, and subscribe down below if you'd like. All of my socials to follow me anywhere else are in the description as always. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!